The day I was born, I was handed a gem that is absolutely impossible to buy. That was my freedom.
We've got a great country, we've got great people. We have kids that are willing to put themselves at risk to serve us. This is a representation of the very best that America has to offer.
It is the best country in the world, and I'm part of it now.
My dad and mom were both in a motorcycle club, and they rode Harleys. I had relatives that had been in the various services, the Army, the Air Force, and one in the Navy. I always enjoyed listening to their experiences, especially the whole idea of giving something back.
You know, when you're young, and we all had dreams about being a big star, and mine was baseball. I love playing baseball, and I played semi-pro. One day, Mom said, "We got this thing. You've been drafted." I said, "By who?" He said, "The Army." I said, "Mom, the Army don't play baseball."
Hell, I was not committed to stay in the Marine Corps. I wanted to stay my required time and go into engineering. But I stayed for 34 years.
I decided to go into service to learn a profession. All my life I wanted to be an airplane mechanic. One day during the flight, an engine caught fire, and the pilot asked me what I wanted him to do. I said, "I know what to do. I'm just as smart as he is. I'm going to go to aviation cadet training."
We landed at Tonsanute, and they had a mortar attack just as we landed. I was 19 years old. What's this? What's going on? It was a very interesting welcome.
We landed at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we fired all day. Just before dark, a helicopter came in, and a major got out. And he said, "Your probability of getting hit tonight is 100%, so prepare yourselves."
Much of that afternoon I do not remember, and I'm positive that fear wiped a lot of that memory out.
All of a sudden, it was noisy, it was chaotic, and by that time, I was angry because my soldiers were getting hit left and right.
You tend to think that you're invincible out there, and all of a sudden, I get hit. But my primary thoughts were, got to do something to protect those folks on the beach.
Jesse had crash landed. When I got over to Jesse's airplane, I tried to pull him out of the cockpit. And he said, "If anything happens to me, tell Daisy how much I love her." And of course it did.
Eventually what happens, you do start seeing people killed, and you end up realizing that you're a 19-year-old kid. And as a 19-year-old, you're not God.
I was wounded, and I didn't think any doctor was going to repair me, so I might as well go all the way.
I didn't figure on coming out of it anyway, so I thought just keep going till you can.
Somebody yelled grenade, and I looked down, saw it.
How long had it been down there? I didn't know.
It's like time stopped.
They scooped it under me, and I said, "Hit the dirt, Doc. I got it in my hip pocket." And it went off.
I ran out, picked up Captain Gormley in my arms, and brought him back.
I run up and I said, "Come on, boy, let's get the hell out of here."
Came over the wall, put the collective pitch down, pulled the cyclic back in my lap. Stood the helicopter on her tail.
I just put one leg on each side of the cockpit and pulled him in head first right into the cockpit.
So I told the members of my squad to withdraw, and I stayed in coverage of withdrawal.
I didn't care what happened to me, but I wanted to protect my men under any circumstance.
I didn't even think about it, just did it.
It was my job. I don't think what I did was above and beyond. I never have.
People ask, "Do you regret anything about what you did?" And I joked and I said, I probably would have grabbed it with my left hand. I don't have any regrets, I guess, but I'm a little disappointed that I had to leave the fight and leave all those guys there to finish it without me.
Everything that the medal is around involves the people I was with, not me. I have the highest respect for the medal and the people who wear it, but
I would just as soon die as take credit.
I'm the one that gets to talk about what happened. I get all the glory. There's 3 grieving mothers whose sons were every bit as brave. And had they not been there, I wouldn't be here.
We call ourselves recipients, and people call us winners. And you see, we're not winners because we weren't in a competition for trying to win anything. We happen to be recognized by our fellow men, and so we wear this medal to honor the guys who really paid the supreme sacrifice, because we are here today because of them.
In the crucible of combat, one of the most important things you learn is the value of expending energy for somebody else. That it isn't all about you, it's about all of us together.
You know, Emerson said that all heroes must at last be bores. I mean, for God's sakes, you can only have so many parties, you can only be honored so much. And so we decided we want to leave something behind.
We stayed close to those around us. We remembered what's important. It's important to remember what you've lost, but it's important to remember what you have. That's what I wear this for.
Every Medal of Honor recipient has met in his life someone who inspired him in his lifetime to be what he turned out to be. That's our goal. That's all we got left. Time for us to get out and give what we've learned through our life to these kids.
It's not my story. It's our story. It's our story as a country.
We are showing to the people that really matter, the kids of this land, that you too are just like us. That each person they meet has the potential to change the world. There's a platform we were given when we were given the ribbon of blue. Let's use it to honor others.
The Medal of Honor is not often given when things went well on a battlefield. It tends to come at a price, and heroes are often revealed. Some say I'm a hero, but it doesn't make sense, because I got to come home.
There's a verse in the Psalms that says that a man that is in honor and understands not is like a beast that perishes. And I've come to understand that what this medal represents is it's not about me, but it's about men and women who value something so strongly that they'd be willing to die for it. And they'd be willing to defend our country for it. And so they put on the uniform.
When I think about the Medal of Honor, I realize that I'm wearing this medal for the 400 and some people that died in those 4 days. They got this medal. I was selected to wear it for them.
Being a Medal of Honor recipient is something that you would never even dream of. There's a great sense of comfort, too, knowing that you're now a member of a band of brothers that you never hear the word hate amongst them. You killed the enemy because of the love you had for the man next to you. You knew their lives. You knew their family. You knew how brave they were just getting where they are. So the most powerful emotion on earth is love. We have to remind ourselves that and then convey that to the next generation.
8 of my brothers fought for a place we had called home. And more importantly, they fought for their comrades. And in the end, they gave their lives in that defense. I'll wear it with dignity and humility in their honor, and carry each of them in my heart for the rest of my life.